Okay, this is kind of a tinfoil Tuesday thing, but bear with me. This guy is a right-winger. This guy is a Trump supporter. He happens to be a Trump supporter that wants Trump to do a military coup to overthrow democracy, which is what we like to call in politics a dick move. So let's take a look and see what he has to say today. This video was posted earlier today. Let's see what Peter has to say. Ooh, that rhymed.
Military swore an oath to protect the Constitution, and they swore an oath to the Constitution and to the American people, and that is their highest priority. That is why when Biden became president and was inaugurated, the military was the only part of the government that didn't hand over power to Biden. They gave their power to Trump.
Why? Just saying that they have to follow the Constitution doesn't explain why you think that it would be constitutional for them to not listen to the commander-in-chief, which is literally the role of the executive branch, the head of the executive branch. The president, Joe Biden, is the president. He's the commander-in-chief. Very directly, the Constitution says he is in charge of the military. So if the military were to jump ship to Donald Trump, that's illegal. That's unconstitutional. So on what basis are you claiming that it's more constitutional for the military to perform a military coup than it is to follow the Constitution and just recognize that Biden is in fact the president, which he is?
And so, as a result, Trump controls the military.
Bardlock Moses, thanks for subscribing with a 7-month streak.
Where am I getting this information? From a lot of sources, but recently from Juan O. Sabin, who I'm going to talk about in this video. My name is Peter Hanna.
I'm pretty sure the Juan guy got banned from YouTube at some point.
And this...
He had a channel, but I don't think he does anymore.
This is Peter's political perspective, and it's supposed to be a positive perspective. So click on the description button on the bottom right corner of the screen so you can stay updated on when my videos get posted. And also, I have a different setup behind me right now because I just did a very fun live stream. It went much better than I expected, where I talked with all you guys.
Yeah, his audio in this video is like markedly worse than the last one. I wonder why.
Or a lot of you. I'm going to do live streams every single Sunday now at 12 p.m. Eastern and noontime, because if you guys have questions or you guys want to interact with me, I answered hundreds of questions on that live stream. I would love to spend time with you guys. I had so much fun on the live stream. It was the best, one of the best moments of my life. Just spending time with my fans, answering questions, commenting, pulling up stuff like that. So please join me on Sundays, 12 p.m. Eastern, for a wonderful, hopefully 3-hour live stream where we can all talk, discuss.
Oh God, I might have to show up to that and ask him questions.
Answer all your questions. I know it's sometimes hard for me to get to your questions in the comment section, but if you go to my live stream and ask a question, 90% chance I will answer that question. So please join me. I'm looking forward to having time with you on this live stream on Sunday. Now, to get to the main topic of my video, this guy who I've been people recommending to listen to him, his name is Juan O. Sabin, Juan, the letter O and Sabin. Some people have pointed out that it sounds like 107. But Juan O. Sabin, his name is obviously a pseudonym. He
Pseudonym?
Explain the legal process on how Trump controls the military, which is very exciting because, I mean, I've seen evidence Trump controls the military in the way that the military has been only doing stuff that's in accordance to Trump's military agenda. For example, protecting Taiwan, which is not what Biden wants, but is what Trump wants.
And yet, the military did it under Biden. Funny how that works, huh?
Or how when the Iran-backed militia attacked Americans in Iraq, there was a counterattack that didn't hurt any civilians that attacked and destroyed those terrorists. In other words...
Yeah, Biden did that. That was Biden? Biden did that. Dan Rossi Draws, thanks for subscribing with Prime, with 3-month streak, says, I love that he still has the crayon subscribe button on the wall, even though it's half covered by a TV.
2 military actions since Biden's become president have been accordance 100...
I think one of his kids did that, for the record, even though I made fun of it previously, because now there's an American flag drawing next to it, and that one definitely looks like a kid did it. So I think they both are made by his kids, and I feel bad for making fun of it now. It's not the kid's fault. Their dad is in a cult.
100% with Trump's military agenda and not Biden's. So we know that Trump controls the military, but it's always nice to get confirmation. And so this guy who's appeared on the scene, he doesn't have a YouTube channel, he doesn't have a website, but he's been, you can look for him on YouTube. I can't talk about all the details that he talks about, but if you Google 107, I'll put a link, it'll be in the title, the 107, how to write his name. Just Google that, YouTube it. That's a lot of good information. And I can't give you the details of what he says, all of it, but I will tell you that he confirms, and this guy sounds like an insider. Some people say he's JFK Jr. We don't know who he is, but...
I would bet, Peter, $1 million that it is not JFK Jr. $1 million, okay?
My community seems to be very confident that he is a trustworthy person on Team Trump. And Juan O'Sullivan is saying that the military handed their power over to Trump. They're being commanded by Trump. Trump controls the military, the vast majority of it. And that they put Trump in a position of power, or he is president right now, or he will be president soon. And publicly, he will be president. This is what Juan O'Sullivan is saying. And
Stone Corbell says that's a pretty safe bet considering he died like 2 decades ago. Well, the QAnon people don't think that. They think JFK Jr. faked his own death so he could go underground and help Donald Trump fight the cabal or whatever nonsense that they've made up this week.
Will be arrests happening soon. So this is very exciting. I know I talked about in one of my previous videos that Trump commands the military because he signed an executive order that made himself commander-in-chief. I didn't have proof of that, but I thought it was a possibility. And then I talked about the Transition Act, which gives Trump control of the military for 60 days after the inauguration.
Which was completely wrong, and we went over on stream because you misread it entirely. Apparently you can't read basic summaries of bills. I can't say the illiteracy is a shock, but I am disappointed.
But I don't think that was true either. I think I was wrong about that. I think I got all excited about it because a lot of people were talking about how this Transition Act gave Trump military power for 60 days, but in reality, I don't think I was right about that. I don't think that this whole power, Trump has military power for 60 days was because of the Transition Act, because those 60 days are over. So
I like that his justification for it being wrong isn't that it was demonstrably not what that bill said, but because if it had been true, it would have happened, and it didn't happen, so it couldn't be true. You're not... Because Trump didn't do anything with that supposed power, he must have never had it. You're correct, I guess, but you're correct for the wrong reasons? Tucker White says, so let me get this straight. Former President Donald J. Trump is the acting shadow lord of the most powerful military on the pale blue dot, and yet Joe Biden is still president? What's stopping him from doing an actual coup now? If this were a film script, I'd tell him that this is a massive plot hole.
That's what gave Trump military power. He wouldn't have military power right now, and I do believe he does have military power right now, and it's because of what Juan O'Sullivan has been saying. He has been saying that the reason that Trump controls the military is because they swore an oath to protect the Constitution to the people. They didn't.
How in the world is performing a military coup? And let's even imagine this for a second. Let's say Joe Biden did something awful, even by like American standards, right? Let's say he legitimately did something that would require him to be removed from office. And let's say the military did get involved and removed him from office. The Constitution does not then say, okay, the military gets to pick someone to put in as president. That's not how it works. There's a chain of command. Even if Biden were impeached or imprisoned for some reason, then it goes to Kamala. And if Kamala was also not able to, then it goes to, I think, the Speaker of the House, which would be Nancy Pelosi, and on and on and on and on. There's a long chain of command. The military doesn't get to just go, well, Biden out, Donald Trump in. That's not how that works. If you're talking about constitutionality, you're describing a military coup, a hostile takeover of the country, not some sort of constitutional savior moment.
Swear an oath to take orders from President Biden, and as a result, they're following Trump. They're taking orders from Trump. They'll put Trump and make him president this year. Well, he didn't say this year, but he says Trump will be president publicly soon. and that there will be arrests. So this is very, very exciting, guys. Good things are happening, and I am so excited for it. I think there's a lot of content on YouTube if you guys want to do more research into the details on why the military is being controlled by Trump. There's some stuff that's worth researching. Just YouTube 107. You'll see the videos where he gets into it in more detail. I can't get into more detail because it's not something that is allowed, and I'm just trying to be on my best behavior for YouTube right now. So definitely recommend YouTubing 107, looking into this guy, listening to what he has to say. If you're losing hope, if you're not confident in Trump, you don't think Trump controls the military, listen to 107. He'll lift your spirits up and cheer you guys up so much. So I just wanted to make this video to have a video available on Monday. It's not as good as my videos normally are because I spent my whole workday on this live stream, which was so fun.
Let's see if there's any videos from this guy.
Let's start. Sean Stone, welcome to my show. You are a fascinating human being. I read so much about you. Although you are only 35, you have done so much already. You have been an actor.
Let me look this guy up. Tucker White says, besides, at this point in post-American history, the military leaders would be fine with whoever's in charge because our country is run by war is good for business Ferengis. I wouldn't use Ferengis there. Ferengis are already often considered kind of... I know what you're saying, but... let's say if a Chud said that, I would think it was a dog whistle. Let me put it that way. Who is 107?
We're going after these people that led the coup. This anniversary of the murder of our president by a cabal. And this lie that they locked in place, that it was, a lone gunman.
So like a typical conspiracy theorist with the world's worst microphone? Does he just have like a website or something? Because he's not on YouTube anymore.
It felt like I was, I picked up little bits and bobs.
Hello, everyone. It's Michael Jacob with us. As a group...
That's a guy I actually watch elsewhere. That's funny. Okay. That's enough Q nonsense. Let's move on to something else. I'll look into that guy another time and see if I can find some actual material by him that's bearable to listen to.